All right, just to kind of refresh because you all have done this before, okay? So we want to multiply 3/5 times 2/9. Normally what you do with this is you go ahead and multiply the numerators together, denominators together, and then you'd simplify, okay? But with rationals, we're gonna actually simplify first and then multiply together. So I'm gonna show you an example of what that would look like here. Okay, so step 1 says factor numerator and denominator completely. We just have numbers here, so we don't need to worry about factoring. We're gonna simplify. So 3/5 doesn't simplify, 2/9 doesn't simplify, but what you can do is you can look diagonally and see if they can simplify, because this is really the same thing as 3 times 2 divided by 5 times 9, right? So if you're looking at it this way, you don't just have to divide the 3 by the 5, it's also being divided by the 9. So you can simplify on the diagonal like that. So 3/9 does simplify, okay? 3 can go into 3 one time, and 3 can go into 9 3 times. So, what do I want to write? 3/9 will simplify to 1/3, right? So I'm going to cross out the 3 and the 9, and I'm going to replace it with my 1/3, okay? 2 and 5 cannot simplify though, so this is simplified. So now I would multiply out my numerator. 1 times 2 is 2, and then my denominator 5 times 3 is 15, and this would be my answer, okay? Similarly here, okay, you just have one term because these are just being multiplied together. One term, one term, one term. So we're gonna look above and below, above and below. They can't simplify, so now we're gonna look diagonally. So 3 times x squared and 3 times x. You can cancel out things that are being multiplied. So I can cancel out the 3 with the 3 because 3/3 is just 1, right? So 1 and 1. I can simplify 4/2. 4/2 is 2, or 2/1. So we have a 2 here. Cancel this out, or if you want to put a 1 there, you can. We could put 1s up here. And then we can also simplify our x's. If you have an x squared, that means you have 2 x's over 1x. 1 and 1 would cancel, leaving you just a 1x up top. I'm just scribbling out the exponent. And then the y's, we have 3 y's up top and 1 on the bottom, leaving me just 2 y's up top. So I'm going to replace the x cubed with x squared, cancel out that y. So what does that leave me up top? That leaves me a 1, an x, a 2, and a y squared. On bottom, that leaves me a 1 and a 1. So 1x times 2y squared and then on bottom, just 1 times 1, which is just 1. So they like to put the numbers out front, so this would be a 2 and then x, y squared up top. 1 on the bottom, you don't have to write it, so this would be your final answer. All right, one more example. So 5/9 doesn't simplify, 7/4 doesn't simplify, 5/4 can't simplify, 7/9 can't simplify, so it looks like the numbers can't cancel out at all, okay? You could simplify these p's, but if you notice diagonally, you have a p cubed and a p cubed, so I would go ahead and just cancel those out because they're the same. 3 p's cancels out 3 p's. And then that's it. So just multiply the top. 5p times 7. 5 times 7 is 35p. And 9 times 4 is 36. So that would be your answer.